Nintendo's unquestioned mascot. Everyone, gamer or not, knows who this plump plumber is, as his games have defined both the 2D and 3D platforming genres, spanning off a number of other mascots.
With Nintendo on the verge of releasing their next system, codename NX, the future of Mario is a curious one. Series creator Shigeru Miyamoto has teased that they're looking to change the conventions of Mario, similar to how they're changing those of The Legend of Zelda. Mamma mia! So today, we will look closer on how the Mario formula might change once again for the NX on this special episode of Nintendo NX News. Let's go!
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nintendo NX News. This time around, instead of talking about the system and its specs, we decided to branch out and talk about a specific game for the system. Since 3 years have passed since we set foot in the Mushroom Kingdom for the most recent mainline Mario game, Super Mario 3D World, and 6 years since Super Mario Galaxy 2.
But with the hopes for a new Super Mario game on the NX in either 2017 or 2018, the question remains. Should it follow in the footsteps of previous entries and be a sequel to the Galaxy or Sunshine series, or make its own path and mark for a new great Mario leap? In order to give solid answers, we need to take a little look on the evolution of 3D Mario. It all began with a little piece of E3 magic, with what many consider to be the best game in the series. With its brilliant transition from 2D to 3D, Super Mario 64 defined the 3D platformer, introducing a controllable camera, open environments, and responsive controls thanks to the brand new analog stick. It was a revolution for the series and the industry.
This instant classic was then followed up on the GameCube by Super Mario Sunshine. It played almost exactly like Super Mario 64, but with a much more open hub area, even more challenging levels, and extra added features. Flood, Mario's trusty water machine, added an extra layer of mobility, but playing cleanup was not exactly the most exciting premise. And by the way, Nintendo never actually gave Bowser a voice again after this game.
Junior, I've got something difficult to tell you about.
Sunshine might have been a little too much for some, but with the Wii, Nintendo brought us a new character, Rosalina, and something that was nothing short of out of this world. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are some of the most brilliantly designed Mario games of all time. These space spectacles with their gravity-defying physics have to this day not been surpassed, and these are the games that the new Mario NX title will be compared to.
Speaking of living up to expectations, 2013 gave us the solid, but at the same time, something missing Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. Don't get us wrong, it was designed brilliantly, but it ultimately left some 3D Mario fans underwhelmed due to its ultra-linear and bound level design. Ironically, for some it felt more like a sequel to 3D Land on the 3DS rather than a successor to the Galaxy series. So what's next? What's to come after Galaxy 2 and 3D World? Will Super Mario NX be a sequel to Mario Sunshine or Super Mario Galaxy 3? No. As much as we would enjoy a sequel to those installments, we believe the next 3D Mario game should once again evolve the series in a new direction and mark for a true next-gen experience. We also don't expect the next game to be a sequel due to what Shigeru Miyamoto said about reinventing the franchise. We're always challenging ourselves to create something new, so hopefully you'll see a new kind of Mario in about a year or two. Maybe next E3 we'll be able to share something.
At E3 2016, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild took center stage at Nintendo's booth, being primarily praised for changing and expanding on the conventions of the Zelda series to the point where it almost feels like an entirely different game. Based on what Miyamoto commented when asked about Mario in this context, it seems as if Nintendo will be taking a similar approach with Mario. It's kind of difficult with Mario because some of the more important conventions of Mario are based on the approachability and accessibility of those games. He also mentioned bringing in new people to Nintendo to look at these conventions with fresh eyes. Let's think about this. If Breath of the Wild is going to change the Zelda series in the same way Ocarina of Time did, it's safe to say the next Mario game will be like Super Mario 64. Not just in the way it changes the Mario series, but the 3D platformer altogether.
Whether you like it or not, 3D platformers aren't nearly as popular now as they were in the N64 and GameCube era. Thankfully, we could be seeing a resurgence in this genre with the upcoming release of Yooka-Laylee, the spiritual successor to the Banjo-Kazooie franchise. Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64 have similar features, but are two ultimately very, very different games. Banjo is more of a collectathon, meaning it focuses a greater deal on the collecting and exploring aspect, while Mario 64 is much more focused on platforming and action. Going back to Yooka-Laylee, this game is aiming to bring the collectathon platformer back into the current generation. We are expecting Nintendo to do the same with Super Mario NX. One thing Nintendo does perfectly with the Super Mario franchise is use the games to showcase the full power of their systems at the time. Previously, we mentioned Mario 64's demo at E3 95 and how it opened the minds of gamers to the possibilities of 3D gaming. Let's also not forget that the Wii was much weaker compared to the Xbox 360 and PS3, but you would have never known this looking at both of the Super Mario Galaxy games. Even in standard definition, the Super Mario Galaxy games have some of the best looking graphics of the last generation. The Wii U is also rather underpowered, but look at Mario Kart 8, 3D World, and even Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. These games push the console's HD capabilities to the absolute fullest.
If the games look this damn good on the weakest of hardware, just imagine how Super Mario NX will be. This leaves us wondering when we will finally see it. Will it be revealed alongside the official announcement of the NX? If so, it would create a great opportunity to demonstrate the NX's graphical capabilities, without using a bird or a fish. It would be a lot like Super Mario 64's demonstration at the first E3, and it would hopefully leave people in as much shock and awe. We're not expecting to see Super Mario NX as a launch title in March, but a recent rumor indicating a Pokemon and Mario game for the system within the first 6 months of its life could be a possibility. It would also be wise for Nintendo to come out with the game as soon as possible to sell more units. Having a Mario game after the release of Breath of the Wild in the 2017 holiday season or early 2018 will be a perfect move to secure the strongest possible launch year for Nintendo NX, perhaps even rivaling the sales of the Wii back in 2006.
However, if this game is going to change the conventions of the Super Mario franchise, then it is possible we could see a delay or two similar to Breath of the Wild. Thankfully, 2 consecutive delays of that game are proving to be more than worth it, as we could be receiving the best Zelda game of all time. So tell us, how do you think Nintendo is going to tackle Super Mario NX? Will it be more similar to the previous entries than we're being led to believe? Or if it is completely new, how will they make it new? Post your answer in the comment section below.
Pete Hines, the vice president of Bethesda Softworks, said in an interview with Metro that the company would work on bringing games to the NX if it met specifications similar to at least the Xbox One. It wouldn't be a matter of how many people own the system, but raw power altogether. This means that if the NX was powerful enough, then we could see the likes of Elder Scrolls, Wolfenstein, Doom, Prey, Fallout, and much, much more on the console. Whether it will be powerful enough, we may soon find out within the next week if the rumors are correct.
We hope you liked this video on Super Mario NX. If you want to see more Mario on this channel, we'll soon be coming out with the Super Mario timeline with me, the voice overlord, Jason Damron.
Tell us which possible game you'd like us to cover next, Pokemon NX or Metroid NX. Leave your answer in the comment section below or on Twitter @CommonRealm. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Commonwealth Realm for more news on Breath of the Wild, Mario, NX, and more Nintendo franchises. Until next time, this has been Commonwealth Realm, and we'll see you, girls and guys, in the next one.